Hey guys, it's Nimbus. I am back today with another video. As always, it is free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Okay? It's not real just bombed Syria and Lebanon as well in the same day that they bombed Rafah also. So there's a lot going on and a lot of bullshit happening. We can't quiet down about any of this stuff. We gotta keep getting louder about it. We can't, at this point, we've come very far. A lot of people who never even thought about any of this, never thought about like picking a side even, they're showing up saying free Palestine. They're doing a lot right now, and everybody's doing a lot right now, but we got to keep the pressure, we got to keep the momentum going. We can't let up now because we've got a couple things. We don't have much anyway. There's just more people calling for a ceasefire, and it's still not the important people calling for a ceasefire. So I mean, all of us are important, but in the terms of government there's going to be a lot of people confused as to why they're being cast out and ostracized and told never to come back and all these different things. There's going to be a lot of people who are confused about it, and a lot of people are going to be like, but I was one of the first. No, you weren't. You weren't even one of the last. Shut the fuck up. Go sit down. Just shut the fuck up. In 30 years when they're teaching this in school, so many people are just going to lie about what side they were on because it helps them, makes them look better. Some wild shit going on at this point. I mean, like, for real. Again, I say be grateful. Please just be grateful. Just stay grateful. Keep speaking up. Speak out. Keep doing what you're doing. And again, even if all you're able to do is repost some stuff, it's not the most. I'm sure there's a little bit more that you could do. You could at least post your own video. But if that's not even a possibility, then go ahead, share as many posts as you can. Nobody's asking you to donate $3,000 just because you have to. You can. I'm sure it would be much appreciated. But the majority of people anywhere, in Palestine, Palestinian people who live elsewhere, they've all been saying the same stuff. Just boycott and spread information. If that's all you can do, that's all you can do. Nobody's saying you gotta spend all the money, and nobody's saying that you gotta come to Gaza and hand out food yourself. Like, people are just saying, like, if do what you can do. Boycott, boycott, boycott. Buy from, if it's not Palestinian goods, buy from goods that support Palestine. Buy from stores that support Palestine. I mean, at this point, there's been so much going on that so many people are deciding that they're done. And they're deciding that they're too tired to keep going with the activism. And I want to remind people, we get to turn it off. We get to leave it alone when we're too tired. We get to scroll past it. We get to turn our phone off. We get to close our computer, our laptop, whatever. We get to turn it off. People in Palestine, people in Sudan, people in the Democratic Republic of Congo, they don't have that luxury. And that's just what it is, a luxury, a privilege. You're lucky to be able to do that. You don't have to look at this all the time. You don't have to see the horrors that are being inflicted on children, pregnant women, menstruating people. I'm trying to be as inclusive as possible, I promise. But y'all got to remember that these people are going through a lot more than we can ever imagine. I've said this in another video. A lot of us would fold immediately dealing with these things. We'd be done. We wouldn't want to deal with it anymore. We'd be done. There are a lot of people who would gladly persevere, but there's a lot of people who would just fold. The stuff that's happening is stuff that we think would only happen in a dystopian movie. And we're seeing it play out in real time. This is the shit that we read about in history books, where somebody takes way too much power, decides that they deserve it, and this is what happens. Speak up. Boycott. Donate if you can. Spread information. Spread good information. We have to keep our eyes on these places. We have to make our politicians regret the fact that they haven't called for a ceasefire yet. More running up to them in a restaurant. More running up to them on the street when they're getting in their car. More dropping shit at their front door. Because at this point, if they're not going to listen to words, they're going to listen to something. And if y'all really, and if these, not y'all, if these politicians really want to call all of us, like Chinese spies, Russian spies, whatever the fuck they're saying today, what incentive do I have to be nice to these people? If y'all don't want to listen to your own people for the fact that they're your own people in your own fucking country that you're saying you represent, why are you calling these people Russian and Chinese spies? How are the people who want to live in the country they were born asking for you to stop what you're doing, asking you to call for a ceasefire? How does that mean that somebody is a Chinese or Russian spy? At this point, we need to really remind these politicians who the fuck they really work for. If they want to take bribes and they want to get lobbied, sure, that's fine. But y'all gonna do that all the way out there and not affecting us. Like, these people are playing with our lives at this point. With everybody's lives at this point. For the sole reason of the fact that they have power. And they can. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to stand up and rise up and do something about this? This is going on all over the world. We can see it coming to everybody, coming to a neighborhood near you. This isn't far off. It's happening soon. And we have to be ready, because the more that we show our own governments in the West all over that they can do this shit and we won't do anything back except walk through the streets, peaceful protests only get you so far. And when they've stopped listening, it's time to stop the peaceful protests. At this point, we have to be okay with making other people uncomfortable. We just have to. They've been making us feel like we just want to die instead of living. So why can't we make them uncomfortable? They got money to deal with it. They can afford therapy. They can afford to go to the doctor. They can afford all these private jets and shit. Politicians are obviously soulless. We knew this. But these people are taking it to a whole new level. These people are acting like people don't exist. These people are acting like the people that they're hurting are just a myth. And these are the people that we elected. These are the people that we put in office. These are the people that we've elected to represent us. And that's the farthest thing from what they're doing. I understand that white supremacists and Zionists exist as a normal people, quote unquote. But what I'm trying to understand is how millions upon millions upon millions of people have already spoken out. There's millions upon millions who will never speak out at all. And there's thousands speaking out for as neo-Nazis, basically. Calling for active genocide. But the people protesting for life and the safety of children, they're a problem. But the Nazis, the literal wave and everything, swastikas and all, do not let them get away with this. We have the right and the obligation to do something about this while we can. And if we don't, we're fucked. We're all fucked. There is no escaping it at this point. We either change this or we're going down the spiral. What do you think they're going to do with those weapons that they're testing in the West Bank? What do you think? Who do you think they're going to use those on? Why do you think the U.S. has these cop cities going up? I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to connect these dots. It's clear. It's happening. We've seen the descent into fascism for months now. If we didn't notice it years ago. At this point, it's time for us to do something about this and change it. If that means ripping out everything from the roots, pulling it out and burning it and tossing it to the side and starting over, that's what it means. But at this point, if you can't make the system, if you can't fix the system because nobody can make it work for them, then the only choice is to get rid of the system. The only people that this system works for are the people who are the head of these companies, politicians, barely, and I don't even know who else. The richest people in the world are making this happen to us. 555. They're watching this happen as we're running around struggling, blaming each other. Anyway, free Palestine, free Sudan, free the Democratic Republic of Congo, free Syria, free Lebanon, free everybody, free Haiti, free Puerto Rico, free Hawaii, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Alright guys, so today we are going to use the Darkwood Tarot, along with our Pride message and our sweary affirmations as well. If you guys do want to breathe with me, go ahead and put your feet flat down on the floor, put your hands flat down on the table in front of you or in your lap, flat down in your lap. Go ahead and sit up straight and we'll breathe in through our nose and out through our mouths, about a count of 4 each. We're not going to hold it, we're not going to do anything crazy. Also, if you guys need to breathe slower or faster, go ahead and do that. Don't hurt yourself, don't push yourself too hard trying to breathe with me. It's not like it's this advanced or anything. you know, if you need to take another breath in the middle or something, you know what I mean? You don't have to just take it as slowly as I'm doing it. So pause. But anyway, if you guys are ready, go ahead and close your eyes and we'll get started breathing. Breathe in and out. In and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, last one. And out. Keep your eyes closed and breathe normally here for a minute. Just release any tension that you may have from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. The best way I find is just to I like doing some neck rolls. You can do whatever you want to, I like doing these because I usually have really tight shoulders and neck. And then I get in some shoulder rolls. Switch directions. Alright. And shake out your arms a little bit. Shake out your legs. Alright. Take one more deep breath in. Go ahead and slowly open your eyes and breathe normally. Alright, and if you guys need more time, go ahead and pause it now, otherwise we are going to get started. So today, like I said, we are going to use the Dark Wood Tarot. I do have to be a little bit careful. Some of these cards, they're naked. But I will do my best to block it out, otherwise I will edit it out. Actually, let me put this over here. But yeah, I rearranged a little bit. My fountain died, so I gotta figure out if I'm gonna get another one or not. But I just kind of filled in that space. I moved the incense over a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't try to kill me every day. That would help. But so for today is what? February 22nd as I'm filming this. There is a Virgo full moon tomorrow. It's either tomorrow, like Friday, or Saturday as well. It's one or the other, or both of them. That's like technically like a full moon. But the moon enters Virgo tomorrow night. But yeah. So today we are just going to do a nailed it. We are going to do a full moon message, Virgo full moon message, and yeah, I think that'll be good. Right, let's get this going. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. What is our full moon message? card at a time, please, Spirit. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. It definitely immediately felt like there's something that's not... It's not that something's not right, it's more like something's not being taken care of. And it's almost... Let me see what else comes out really quick. I think I know what's going on, but let me make sure really quick. One card at a time, please, Spirit. Okay, yeah, we got death. Okay. Not where I thought this reading was going. Well, okay, that does make sense. If you're going through a death and rebirth, it's like, I wonder if you're kind of like avoiding it. But it's, there's some real blessings coming in. Maybe you're ignoring them? Okay. This is more of like a refusal. Not like, yeah, well, okay, ignoring made sense. Okay. It's like you're refusing, okay. Queen of Swords just came out. It's like you're refusing to let this happen. It's almost like you're doing everything you can to try to get out of the situation. Like, I think you crave a death and rebirth, but I think you might be waiting for the right time. And I hate to break it to you, there will be no right time. Yeah. The Lovers. Things just have to come into balance for you. And I think you'll feel a lot better. This doesn't really feel like love. This feels more like you're coming into alignment with who you're meant to be. And really... like, it feels like you're able to love yourself. Like, I know it's cliche, but like, it feels like you're actually able to love yourself more if you end up actually going through with this death and rebirth. Like, you know how when people say that, like, being in love is like a spiritual kind of like, you end up kind of like opening up spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, all those things. I think you're doing that with yourself. Like, I think this death and rebirth is gonna... I think you'll get over this refusal to do it, and I think you'll actually be able to find it a little bit easier once you... Okay. The Tower card. Once things start to crumble around you, you'll see that things will be better once you change it. And it's not the fact that they're crumbling, it's the fact that they weren't for you in the first place. Whatever you put in that tower. Whether it's what you use for the walls, whether it's what you use for the foundation, it's not for you anymore. And the Tower card, everybody's so scared about the Tower card every time it comes out. They're like, oh my god, I'm going to die. You got the Death card anyway, so... No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, I think... One card at a time, please, Spirit. I think the important thing to remember is that, yes, change is coming, and change is going to... very, very... smoothly take over. It's gonna be a very swift, you'll notice it, but it's gonna be like, holy shit, how did I get here? Like, what just happened? Like, it's almost gonna be seamless. Like, there's work that you have to do, but I feel like there's already, okay, yeah, Page of Swords. There's been work that you've been trying to apply. Yeah, there's been some stuff that you've been trying to apply anyway, and I wonder if it's like those things that you get used to not being able to this isn't as bad as it's going to sound. You get used to not being able to do stuff, that when you're able to do stuff, you just want other people to do it for you. Or you just want to do everything by yourself. But it feels like whoever's watching this is almost trying to see if other people will push them along instead of them having to do it themselves. But I don't know. Because, I mean, if that is the case, nobody else is going to let you or help you get to where you need to go more than you. Nobody is going to be able to help you more than you. Like, even your spirit team, even your ancestors, they're only going to be able to get you so far. And it's not anything against them. It's literally just you have to be the one to do a lot of this stuff. King of Pentacles just flipped over. You have to be the one to take the initiative and, like, really, like, feet on the ground, do something about it. Like, don't just, don't just watch YouTube videos about how it could be fixed. Like, actually go and fix it. If you don't like it, strength was flipped over in the deck. But what I was going to say was, if you don't like it, tough. I'm kidding. Well, low-key. But it feels like that this change, this big overhaul, I mean, because it is an overhaul. This is a big change. This is a big difference from where you were. 444. One, it's never going to change unless you want it to change. So there's that. But two, if you've been talking about needing a change, wanting a change, this is your time to pretty much start over. It's not quite starting over, but it's time to release a lot of these things. Get rid of it. The illumination from this full moon will help you find what it is to actually get rid of. Meanwhile, this tower moment's going to swoop in and kind of clear everything out. You know what I mean? You'll be able, and then with the death in reverse, or sorry, that's upright. I apologize. With the death card being there, it's this change is going to happen, and it's going to feel, it's such a big difference that it's going to feel like you're a completely different person. The Ace of Wands reversed also just came out. And this lack of creativity that you've been feeling, this lack of initiative to do something, I wonder is what this full moon will kind of bring you. Like that little kick to just be like, okay, just get it done. Like, you're almost there, just get it done. But it feels like this initiative is coming from this new understanding and appreciation of putting work in to get a result. Virgo. And this is so you can be more comfortable when you have to do stuff. This is for you. This isn't about being a Virgo and learning how to please and work for other people. This is, or like servicing other people or whatever the actual like word is that describes Virgo. I think it's servicing. Service to others. It's like, and if you've been over analyzing the situation, because that happens with Virgos too. If you've been over analyzing the situation too, it's almost like a relief is coming from that for that because of this big change. There's not going to be the things that you need to think about constantly. It's not going to be the things that keep triggering you constantly. It's going to be completely different things that you're thinking about, that you're looking for. excuse me, birth for confirmation. It's different things that you're looking for. It's different things all over at this point. The life that you're living now is the life that you were living before, and you've grown. You've clearly grown. And I don't know if this means that you're one card at a time, please, Spirit. I don't know if this means that you're leaving, like, going somewhere and learning all of this, but it definitely feels like there's a big change coming up in life. So take that however you will. But yeah, it could be an actual lover coming in. It could be that, you know, this big change takes you on a whole move. It could take you to a whole different country. It could. You know, this is a collective, so I'm sure I'm getting information for somebody, but this is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You know, don't force it to fit. Pause. Don't make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? If the message isn't for you, it's not for you. You know, just leave it where it is. If you hear the next sentence and that's for you, that's awesome. The sun just came out. Okay, she is nude, but she's not like nude. She's not showing anything. The sun, it'll be easier to shine and like really like expand when you go through this. And that's not to say that you're not shining now, but that's more to say like it'll be a lot easier to do, and it'll be a little bit more unapologetic, because now you more clearly understand what it is that you want out of life and what it is that you're aiming for. Does that make sense? Three of Pentacles. Once you're able to like shine and like show people who you truly are and stand in that and really just enjoy that and let people enjoy who you are, the material aspects of those things will come in. That blessing that's been there from the beginning, it will actually happen because you're no longer ignoring the change that has to happen for you to get it in. Does that make sense? You're finally able to put these things together. Like, after you go through, it'll take a little bit of time to go through a death and rebirth, because you have to figure out how to leave those pieces of you behind while now reprogramming and relearning things, because things are going to change. Everything's going to be different after this. You know what I mean? But it really is like now you're finally the right level to like actually be able to like make this and create it. Yeah, I mean, that's dope. Got the Seven of Wands. Yeah, and the only way through, unfortunately, is to confront that shadow. Confront whatever it is that you see and triggers you, and whatever it is, like. And unfortunately, there's no way out but through it. Like, you can't go over it, you can't go around it, you have to go through it. You have to actually, you know, tackle it head on and like really like get it. Like, you have to change it. You know what I mean? It'll be a very hands-on thing, but confronting your shadow, it's not like this big scary idea that when you do it, you know, you're just gonna, you know, see some evil version of you or whatever. It's more like you have to It's more like you have to learn how to better handle the things that trigger you and the things that bother you anyway. There's ways to go about these things that are more detrimental, and there are ways to go about these things that are more helpful. And confronting your shadow as opposed to running from it or running around it is the more beneficial way to go, because if you confront it and you end it, that's it. Now you don't have to deal with anything else from that. Now you're done. You're actually done. I mean, healing is a journey. It's a process. It's never over. You can heal from things and heal over these things and be done with them, but you're never going to be done healing. Does that make sense? There's always going to be something that still triggers you, is my point. There's always going to be something that still comes up, but then how we deal with that and how we actually face it and look at it and go, no, not today, Satan. Like, yeah, exactly. Fitting, the Hermit card. Fitting. The Hermit is the Virgo card. You know, introspection, taking time with yourself to really analyze what it is that needs to be done. And this also feels like there's a lot of spiritual intervention too, like divine intervention. Like, it feels like your guides are really trying to... They're like, no, look over here. You know what I mean? Like... They're like grabbing your head going like, you need to be focusing on this. Okay, now focus on this. Now focus over here. You know what I mean? Because it's like, there's a lot to be trying to sift through. Especially if you've been trying to make something work that just has not been working. Like, it's time to just step back for a minute. It's not about leaving the situation. It's not about getting like away and out and done with the situation. This is about solely analyzing and understanding what's happening and taking the time that is necessary to step away from it, but not to remove yourself completely from it. You're figuring this is the stage of figuring out what it is that you need to actually focus on and do. But that does mean that this is something that you do have to do in order to get to this blessing that you wanted. Well, and in order to get to the things that you were refusing to look at before. You know what I mean? Whoa. One card at a time, please, Spirit. Okay, we got the Four of Pentacles. Like, obviously hold on to the things that you have and the things that you love. But it's more like holding on to the things that aren't actively hurting you. Because once you're holding on to the things that are only filled with love and will only help you with success and abundance and all those things, once those are what you're holding on to, those are the things that you'll attract. But if you're holding on to things that feel toxic, that you don't enjoy anymore, that you whatever, different things. Hang on one second. But yeah, once we are able to let these things go that are holding us in a toxic pattern, that are keeping us in these negative tendencies, we're able to focus on the abundance, focus on the prosperity, focus on the success. Because we're not worried about what we don't have. We're simply carrying what we do have. You know what I mean? And we're also not carrying anything that's gonna hurt us. We're carrying stuff that we hopefully know is helpful to us as opposed to harmful to us. Spirit, what's our last card? Dude, why do you... Thank you. Never mind.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Nice talking with you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that word. Source. What is Source, what is our last card? The Fool. Sometimes you just gotta start over and start from square one, or I guess square zero. Yeah, and then we got the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Yeah. The Four of Cups to me is like, just use your discernment. You know what it is you want. And you know, in theory, how you want to get there. But the only way to get there is to start from a point of questioning everything. You know, the Fool doesn't have any of the answers. The Fool can't really... They just don't know. It's not that they're stupid. 444. It's not that they're stupid. It's not that they just don't get it. It's that they just don't know. They've never been told the information before. They've never been shown any of it before. But with the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck, discernment is like a huge word right now. But it's almost like discernment because you know more so where you don't want to end up as opposed to where you want to go. And I wonder if that's been your problem. Like you've wanted to get further and go past all of this, but it almost feels like you didn't know that it was possible to get past it. So when the Fool comes out, we have to remember, like, we just gotta sometimes just go. And if I mean, she's about to walk off a cliff. Just go. Don't walk off a cliff. Don't walk off a cliff. I think the main thing to remember is that while a death and rebirth is scary, and while it feels, because it is that everything is crumbling down and falling apart as you look at it, but it's also very beneficial because now you're starting from a clean slate. Now you're starting from square one. And at least it's not dealing with the toxicity anymore. Because when we're dealing with all that toxicity, it's almost like nothing will help anyway, because we don't want to deal with anybody. We don't want to deal with anything. We just want to go home and go to sleep because we're done with the situation. You know what I mean? But with, like, now you're going to have space to actually breathe and think and exist. But again, use your discernment to make sure that the direction that you're going is the correct direction, because the last thing you want to do is walk into a dead end again. You know what I mean? And that's not, again, as in like, oh my God, how dare you do that again, because you should have known the first time. Like, again, once you know, then you know. If you don't know, you can't, if you don't know better, you can't do better. But once you do know better, then you can do better and you can be better. Let's get our pride message really quick. Pride message. Okay, cool. I'm always amazed. Like, I know that it's the divine that's like doing this and taking out the cards and stuff, but I'm always amazed when it lines up perfectly, because self-acceptance, it says I'm special on the back. Self-acceptance. Loving yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Don't minimize yourself to protect other people's insecurities. Then we have confidence. Kinda gay. An asset can take years to build, but mere moments to ruin. Avoid allowing yours to fall victim to this by negating negative energy from potentially close sources. And queer gang, community, safety in numbers. Unite and collaborate with like-minded allies to chip away at the lingering negativity and judgment. Yeah. Yeah. Let's grab our affirmation really quick. Sweary affirmation. Okay. Fuck yes, I can. Yep. Sure. I'm kidding. No, but seriously. You just have to believe. You just gotta believe. Anyway, whoever was telling us stuff when we were kids has a lasting effect on us as adults. And if some of these things were things that came up from childhood, it could be that these were things that you've tried to heal in the past and just couldn't get past. But to me, it's almost like right now is like, it feels like Spirit made a decision for you. It feels like Source made a decision for you. And it feels like that your guides are kind of like pushing you towards a direction because it's easier than you're thinking that it's going to be. I think the most important thing to think about is that when you let yourself give into this toxicity and you let yourself like fall into, like almost fall into the darkness, it feels very, I know that it can feel very manufactured and very like unnatural when you come back out of that and you try to do things that normal people would do. I understand how that would kind of be like almost like a daze, like you're walking around like, what? But Spirit wants to remind you that even when we feel that way, there's still work to be done, one, but two, that's not an excuse to not grow. And just because Spirit is moving things along for you also doesn't mean that you get to kick your feet up and do nothing. You know, Spirit's pushing stuff forward, or your guides are pushing stuff forward, God, whoever, pushing stuff forward to help, not to like do it for you, if that makes sense. But that's what the community's for too. The community is like a physical way of like getting actual help and like networking and making connections and talking to new people and whatever, getting ideas for business cards. Like, I don't know, like just like no matter what, I think you need to remember that when your guides try to push you in a certain direction, it's not them being malicious, and it's not them saying, oh my god, I'm done. Like, it's them like actually saying, like, okay, we understand that you're I mean, it could be a little bit, oh my god, what the fuck, but like, it's probably mostly just like, okay, let's go over here, let's go, come on, you know. And it's not like shoo, it's like guiding you, like, come on, let's go. Yeah. Alright, guys, so with that is all I am seeing for you guys today. I appreciate you guys watching this far if you did. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys, if this reading resonated, or not. Just be nice. But yeah, I think, oh, shameless plug, my one-on-ones are open on my website. A portion of what I make from my one-on-ones will be donated to various organizations. I need to make a good amount of money first. Buy a reading. I'm kidding. No, but seriously. If you guys were looking to tip me today, please take that money and donate it, and then some if you can. Donate it to whatever organization, charity, whatever you want it to donate it to. Just make sure that the money is going exactly where you think it will. You know, make sure it's not lining some rich guy's pockets first and then it goes to help people. Like, make sure that it actually just goes to help people. Unless you want to line a rich guy's pocket, which I'm not going to tell you what to do, but that sounds stupid. Anyway, no. But seriously. No, I really do appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys who have subscribed, who follow along, and who watch my videos. So I really do appreciate you guys. But yeah, keep your head up. Keep going. You're going the right direction. You know, it might feel like you're walking around in circles, but you are walking in a straight line where you need to go. Just use your discernment and you'll be good. Once you fall into alignment, you'll be wondering why you never did it before. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, free Palestine, free Sudan, free everybody. We will never be free until we're all free. Free the Democratic Republic of Congo, free Haiti, free Hawaii, free Puerto Rico, free Syria, free Lebanon, free Kyrgyzstan, free everybody. Everybody. We will never be free until we're all free. I love y'all. Be safe. Have the day that y'all deserve, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.